Olympic swimmer Penny Oleksiak has accepted a 2-year ban for 3 whereabouts failures. The International Testing Agency says the ban will last until July 14th of 2027. The 25-year-old Toronto native will also have all competitive results from June 16th of this year onwards disqualified, including forfeiting medals, points, and prizes. In July, Swimming Canada said Oleksiak failed to keep her whereabouts information fully up to date, calling it an administrative mistake, while Oleksiak said at the time the violation did not involve any banned substance. Oleksiak is a 9-time Olympic medalist. And for more on this, we are joined by Dean Bowles, the CEO of Swim Ontario. We appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us. For anyone who's tuning in right now and they're asking themselves, what's a whereabouts ban? Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, well, whereabouts, every athlete that's on a certain list, a high-level athlete, has to agree to keep the anti-doping organizations aware of where they are. It's pretty stringent. It's not many people could live by this type of ruling, but it's one way of maintaining an integrity of clean sport.
So you're essentially talking about her physical location, where she is. That's playing into this, what this whereabouts ban is?
That's exactly it. You have to fill out we'll call it a form. You have to let them know where you are for a 3-month period. And when there's a change in that plan, you must notify them immediately to keep them informed. You have a 60-minute, from what I understand, you have a 60-minute window to adhere to the show when they show. And they show basically unannounced. They just show up, and the testers and so on and so forth. So,
Dean, tell us why this is important, why this is part of the protocol for swimmers.
Well, it's for all athletes that are bound by the IOC and under their various world federations. It's just in order to keep sport clean, an effort to try and keep sport clean, that you have to follow these recommendations, these procedures.
Excuse me. Tell me a little bit more about, what happens to Penny from here. I mean, I'm guessing she can't have, any competitions. Can she train? What does this mean for her?
From what I understand, she can train on her own. That's what I understand. I know that there's sometimes I understand there are sometimes exceptions in the NC2A program. They're not bound by the same requirements. The athletes are, but the programs themselves. But I could be incorrect on that. Yeah, she can train on her own, but not under an authorized or a sanctioned program, acceptable program.
How do you think this is going to impact her training leading up to the 2028 Summer Games?
Well, it'll be a challenge. But as I've thought about it a little bit, is that, athletes are resilient. They've come through a lot through the pandemic when they weren't able to train, and especially in groups and things like that, and compete. And swimmers like Penny came through well for us during that time, as others did. And so it makes it really hard, a challenge, to do things all by yourself. For sure, there's nothing better than training with a bunch of teammates who are striving for the same thing, sharing the same challenges of getting themselves better. But it'll be a tough return.
Dean, you're talking about challenges, and obviously for any athlete, there's the physical challenge that they have to go through to train and compete, but you can't ignore that this is also probably going to be a mental challenge. And how do you think that's going to impact just her mindset, knowing that she's been banned from something that she loves to do, and she's the most decorated Canadian Olympian of all time? Talk about kind of the mental gymnastics.
Well, it's difficult for me to talk about that because I have not talked to Penny about it, and but I can only surmise that it will be tough. She's had to when she announced that she would step back from training back in July, or from competition. I'm sure it weighed heavy on her then. This probably weighs heavy again. It's another reminder. And it's sort of, we'll call it final in a sense that before July, probably things were being investigated and confirmed. Now it's confirmed. And I'm sure that is just another, added weight to her shoulders and mind, for sure.
And we appreciate your time, Dean. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Thank you.